This is so fucking confusing. First off, my head isn't wrapped around any of this. But there's a few like context concerns that I have. All right, so number one, you have a pro player, arguably, let's say, one of the best players in Europe, right? Everyone he goes against isn't gonna be better than him. You're gonna have shitters in every game at top ranks. It's just what it is. And also, more context, people get carried. People get carried up there. People have bad days. Like, shit happens. The one thing that has to be understood is that as we get this rank situation figured out, we have to look at it from all ends. I'm not educated about it. I'm open about it. I don't know shit about rank. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's not going to be perfect. This game is still less than a year old as well.
Yeah.
Like what?
Also,
Yeah.
but so well, as we talk about it, there was one more interesting question that was answered in this Ask Valorant segment, and it was about ranked, right? So the concerns with ranked and obviously the arrows and how there was maybe a lack of feedback about people progressing, that was already an issue at the end of last year, and it was teased that there would be some kind of changes to that as well. It talks about sort of how unforgiving the ranked distribution bands are. They sort of made some changes in 1.14, but they said in episode 2. So that was when they were going to make those changes, and lo and behold, gentlemen, they have done so.
Yeah.
This is go ahead, Chibi.
Yeah, sorry, I was gonna say, so the rank changes and whatnot that is starting to make its way through. Like it's I feel like there's never a perfect solution for making a rank system like ideal and making it work. Like it's there are good examples, there's good frameworks, and Riot actually has led the charge on a lot of that. But there's no one perfect way. The thing though that I did like that they added was the progress bar. I do feel like that was just something that needed to happen. Like, I guess it's cool to be like, oh yay, I've ranked up, but I would much rather know how far I am to ranking up, so that this way I don't have to sit there and play like 3 more games and then not rank up, So I'm much more into that. Yeah, I just like efficiency. Okay, that's it. That's me.
I'm with you. Lately, so I'm gonna be honest. Before we got the numbers, I really didn't care about ranked on Valorant. I played it, and it was like, okay, whatever. I fell from gold to silver. Whatever. I'll put it away. We got the numbers back now. I actually have a stack, and we've been climbing lately. And the fact that I can say now, yeah, it takes about 3.5, 4 games to rank up. I know next game is my rank up game. Oh, the stat gets on. We're fucking hyped. We're like, yo, we're like little crackheads, right? We're like, yes, we have to keep playing till we get this one game one. And it's fun now, man. Like, it has put in a lot more hours for me and my friends. I can't imagine what it's doing for everyone else out there. It's genius. But yeah, like GB said, though, you're not going to get it perfect. Everyone's going to complain, right? It's life. It's the internet.
Yeah.
But I am a fan so far for where I'm at with my personal experience.
Now, there are a lot of pros, though, recently that have actually been sort of saying, hey, this is not great. We're not loving this. There, multiple individuals have sort of tweeted like, the quality of my games is poor, or it's taking a long time for me to rank up. Like, we'll get into a little bit later some of the specific complaints about it, but Hiko kind of laid out his problems with the way the current rank system is. So have a listen and get his take on it before we proceed.
Now it is. I mean, technically it's a Smurf, but as soon as Smurf is... So Peter actually believes, and I actually don't believe... I actually also believe that his main account, 100T Asuna, was like, what was it, rank 3 or rank 4 last season? And he actually thinks it takes longer to get games on his main account than his alt account, and his alt account is literally rank 1. So the MMR is so messed up right now that his MMR and his main account, even with him only being, let's see what his actual account is actually on this account. His account is Platinum 3, and he thinks his elo on his Platinum 3 account is higher than his #1 Radiant account. And that right there is why the ranking system right now is trash.
Okay. I mean, that's pretty blunt way of putting it there as well. What do you kind of think about how, Hiko illustrates what Asuna is dealing with right now?
Oh, I think that what it is a product of an imperfect system. But I don't think it's necessarily trash. It's just that you cannot calculate a Smurf account. Like, what, I don't know when the Smurf account was made as well.
Mhm.
Like, that's the other thing. Like, for all Bucky's Only, I'm almost certain he had that account before season 2, but I'm not too sure.
Who knows how much he played it though?
Yeah.
It's hard to see how established his MMR was.
Exactly.
Right?
But you know that his MMR is super high on his main account. Same thing for all of these pro players. You know that the MMR is super high. So if you make a Smurf account, hence the name Smurf, you are going to have a lower MMR. And then in turn, because you play so many games, you're going to rank up. Like, MMR and ranking are not hand in hand, you know, like they're not like, they don't sit next to each other and progress at the same amount. They are I don't even know how the best way to explain it, but in all of my time seeing like all these rank settings, like, and all these rank modes like being implemented, you could clearly just tell that like there are flaws in the system. Come on, camera, I hate you. There are flaws in the system, and the pros are pointing it out, and it's more glaring because you have the rank bar now. You know clearly when you're going to rank up, and then you also know that like you're getting measured in different ways against different people on your main account. It's a really tricky situation. I don't know. I'm not an expert on it, so it's very hard to like make the call, but I don't think like the pros are wrong in that it's lackluster, but that also means that it's just going to have to continue to be improved upon.
Really, how do you feel about playing Radiance constantly in your ranked games?
So, thanks for asking. Silver goat. Take the camera off me. I'm embarrassed. I don't know what to say.
Okay, so here's what I've determined, right? Okay, so I think this sort of, I'll get you to comment on this one as well, Volley, because I thought this was really interesting, right? Evermore speaks up after artists sort of tweets a screenshot, sort of complaining about the quality of players that are in his games. Or, I mean, it's a little bit hard to see what his complaint is. I think initially he complains about the quality of teammate. Ironically, one of his teammates is actually in that thread, just talking shit back to him. And then he, I mean, artist is, at the time of posting, we should be able to bring this up for you, this thread. Artist is Diamond. So it starts with Eccles. He's like, you know, everyone is mad at ranked. And then, yeah, obviously artist throws this tweet out: fingerless bots in every lobby I play. And Evermore, who is, you know, is one of the guys who works on competitive sides. Like, okay, well, can we talk about this? Because he, you know, they didn't change matchmaking logic or MMRs. They didn't reset MMRs. This is really important, okay? But they did reset people's rank. So what's happening, we think, is that artist is ranked Diamond, but he's getting put in Radiant games. And he's going, I'm in Diamond, but I'm having to play these harder, higher quality games to try and rank up. Is, you know, like, this is the one here. So can you please explain why I'm put in every lobby like this, every lobby, when I'm one game away from plat? So you can see this lobby, artist is, I mean, what was this D1? And there's Radiance all through this game. I mean, you got Shao in this game.
I mean, literally going against pros and shit.
Mixwell's
Best
in
of
this
the
game.
best.
Yeah, but no, it's not. Have you heard all the people in COD bitching about having to play against players of a similar skill level in skill-based matchmaking? They hate it. You know, they just want to pub stomp. So, you know, artist is like, why is this happening? Evermore's like, well, it doesn't care what the friggin' badge next to your name is. It cares about your MMR. Your MMR didn't get reset. Yeah. You will, and I mentioned, if your MMR is vastly higher than your listed rank, you will gain the maximum amount of rank points, rank rating rather, and sort of go up pretty quicker. So Evermore's like, I literally ran the numbers. I went back and looked at this match on my end, and yeah, it was a fair match. The MMRs are matched. So there's like a disconnect between the feedback that you get from being in a game with players that are ranked much higher than you, but you don't realize that you are the same MMR as them. So is this an issue with how long it takes to sort of calibrate people's rank? The fact that everyone gets reset means that you have to climb, but the games are hard constantly. Like from Diamond to Radiant, you're playing against Radiant players because that's your MMR. What do you guys think about that?
This is so fucking confusing, first off. My head isn't wrapped around any of this. But there's a few like context concerns that I have. All right, so number one, you have a pro player, arguably, let's say, you know, one of the best players in Europe, right? Everyone he goes against isn't gonna be better than him. You're gonna have shitters in every game at top ranks. It's just what it is. And also, more context, people get carried. People get carried up there. People have bad days. Like, shit happens. The one thing that has to be understood is that as we get this rank situation figured out, we have to look at it from all ends. I'm not educated about it. I'm open about it. I don't know shit about rank, but at the end of the day, I mean,
Mm,
it's not going to be perfect. The game is still less than a year old as well.
yeah.
Like what? 7 months?
Yeah, not that long. But okay, so a few things though, right?
So confusing.
Regarding the game not being out that long, I will say like Riot does have a very good history of understanding ranked MMR systems. So this shouldn't be like, this isn't like a product of like they're a new company making a new game, you know, and doing something like they have the math, they have the numbers, they know these things. That said, it goes back to what I was mentioning before, where like your MMR and your rank are not one in the same. Your rank is just
I thought
what
that.
is fucking camera. Your rank is just what. Why is that happening?
Because you have faces in the photo behind you.
Is it because
and
of
it's
the
actually
Master
spotting
Chief?
them.
Is it the
No,
Master
it's
Chief?
the wanted poster.
It's the wanted poster. Maybe
Yeah,
that's what
because
it is.
there are faces in it, so the camera AI is trying to zoom on them.
That's good. I was going to put a giant picture of Cynthia behind me. It was at her behest. So I'm glad that that's not happening. Anyway, we'll go ahead and fix this later. Moving forward, though. So good call, though, Mitch. The like rank and your MMR are not one and the same. So what they display is what they display. This is the reason why everyone like complains about skill-based matchmaking and stuff, because it's like they're saying, well, there's no ranking. Why am I being put in a super sweaty lobby? But it's like, because your stats, like their job is to keep you from stomping people who are not good at the game, right? They want to prevent artists from playing with Veli.
They don't want to put you against actual plats.
Why do
even though
I
you
gotta
place
get called
plat.
out?
This is also why Arsena's Smurf has an easy time climbing, because his Smurf is actually plat MMR.
Yes.
As opposed to his main, which is plat rank but radiant MMR. So his Smurf is getting put against other plats. He's just stomping these guys constantly.
He's demolishing these players, and that's a problem with smurfing as a whole. One of the reasons why it's so looked down upon, and why I was actually pretty shocked that so many people in Valorant had Smurf accounts and no one like said anything about it, because it is a problem. This is how you get situations like that, where Asana's account is clearly going to be Asana's Smurf account is clearly going to be rank 1, because he's going to be destroying people who are not who are I think it might be them. It might be them.
It could be so many things.
It is.
Dude, it's I just need a
It
flat
keeps
white
doing
wall.
that.
I need a
Golden
flat
Boy,
white wall.
Can you just use manual focus for once in your life?
You know
you
what?
just,
I'll just
like,
I
change
have
it?
a question.
I'm just
I have a
gonna do this
question.
right now.
Serious question for the topic, because
this right now.
the way my other game does it, it's all in one, MMR and
There you go.
ranking. Is that like, is it better that way or the way Valorant's doing it? Like now it's starting to hit me. So yeah.
Okay. I mean, let me put it this way. So Evermore he goes on a bunch of tweets about this, right? Like if you want to know about how matchmaking works, go and look at his tweets. But he says, while your rank and MMR aren't the same, they are designed to converge eventually. Your rank and MMR are designed, whether it's the rank eventually gets to your MMR or your MMR drops. You know what I mean? They are designed to converge. And the issue for some players is how long it can take for these things to converge. You'll notice, go look at the leaderboard right now. You will see some players ranked very highly with far less games than the people around them, because they were able to climb quicker because they had a higher MMR in the first place. This crosses into the territory that we see a lot of real like man-children pros in other games complain about skill-based matchmaking. And just sorry, if you want to have an easy time in Stomp News, go play Stardew Valley. Fuck off out of my like ranked games. Like I don't even want to engage. It's actually crazy because all their little sycophantic like fanboys like, oh, that's true. Yeah, skill-based matchmaking is a cancer on the
Stardew Valley though. Stardew Valley.
Go play Stardew. Yeah, go literally pull some turnips out of the ground.
Don't sleep on Stardew, Mitch. It's a pro level game. All right. Have you seen the Twitch rivals for Stardew? It's unbelievable. So lost. Anyway.
There's one more change to rank. We can talk about this, okay? Something we can move off the topic a little bit here. It turns out now those that have been punished or chat banned or limited in terms of the communication functionality they can use, they can't play ranked anymore.
I don't like it. It.
Why? Why not? This is great.
I was comm banned.
Wait, you were comm banned?
I don't curse. Like I don't roast people. I literally try to help people with how to play the game.
No, you're doing that wrong. You're doing that wrong. But go on. I'll explain after you're done.
I know
Okay,
what
keep
you
going,
mean.
keep going.
I know what you mean.
Go on.
And I got in the game with Blue, and I'm trying to communicate, and my dumbass was comban. And then I read that, and it's like, yo, toxic people are not people like me. I am in denial. Toxic people are those that fuck up your games, make you lose, don't want to take
Mhm.
your advice, and then report you for being cancerous or toxic when you're saying, hey, you don't want to move while you shoot. Like now, what do I make another account now? Do I send an email to Riot? Like, am I fucked? Is this the end of Valley and Valorant Valley? Like, I don't know what to do anymore. Can we also put something at the end of the game, like League of Legends, where you give props to somebody to help people like me that gets in trouble for not being Golden Boy? I'm scared. Do I deserve to lose out on ranked?
Okay.
Because I use my microphone when other people don't.
How this is an important part of this, Sovelli. How are you addressing your teammates and informing them of the things that they are
Right.
doing wrong?
I swear to God. Okay, so
You swear?
I'm very,
You swear? You swear?
no. I'm very blunt with my criticism, but in a nice way. So, for instance, I'm the type of guy that goes, "Hey, Raina, you picked her pretty fast. It's only been 1 second." No, that's not me. That's not me.
No,
but
I need
usually
the
I
real-
help out
I
with
need a real.
rotations, like rotations, and everything. I'll be like, "Yo, you gotta hurry up and come to spawn. Like, don't go that way. Don't do the long flank. Like, come
Okay.
to the spawn. Like, stuff like that."
So
That's
the
my communication.
so the other day I was playing actually when the season just dropped, right? I was playing with my boy Ethan Bernard. And he he's a pretty sweaty duelist main. Like he just locks
Yes.
duelists. He insta-locked Yoru like every single time. And every single time the person would say, "Hey Yoru, what was your rank last season?" And they would always ask him that. And he would say, like, "Oh, I was Diamond 1, Plat 3, so on and so forth." And then the other guy's like, "Oh, okay, that's fine, right?" But then this guy, I made a call out. I made a bad call, right? I was like, oh, because I assumed that one of my teammates saw where I was because I saw where he was. So I assumed that, we were able to, kind of see each other through the peripheral vision.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I was like, Brimstone's right behind me or something like that. He didn't respond. Guy was just like, next time, he was like, hey, why don't next time you don't say he's right behind me and tell me exactly where he is, because that's fucking dumb, And then I responded with informing him. I was like, hey, listen, I'm just going to let you know right now, I'm not interested in getting to a fight or anything. I'm saying this in chat, by the way. Like, I'm a 33-year-old man. I play this game because I love the game. You don't have to, curse at me or anything like that. You could just say things normally, and that's perfectly fine. It was a bad call on my part. That's my bad. Just letting you know, though, I thought you saw me. That's that. And then when I responded like that, he was like,
look how much more effort that takes.
I know, but he was like, oh, yeah, no, that makes sense. My bad. And I was like, okay, that's cool. Like, we're good. That took more effort. Now, Veli probably was like, yo, bitch, why did you look that way? And that
I figured it out.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so I maybe got voice bad for something I write in chat. I will say this: when I'm playing, I'm a shit talker. I come from console, man. Gears of War, Call of Duty. Oh,
here comes Gears of War.
I popped the fuck off, okay? And so, like, if someone's talking shit on the other team at the end of the game, I'm like, you suck, like stuff like. I don't curse though, so it's like, what are the guidelines to get comban? Like, I have taste.
Listen, I think he got a little bit unlucky as well, though. The problem is that, like, it's not a tribunal system like used to exist in League of Legends, where like people would be able to like peer review reports to make sure they're okay. Like, it's possible that the system that gets you chat banned is a little bit nascent right now, and maybe needs a little bit more, because there's you, like, doing your thing, Golden Boy, like, going to great lengths. It's ridiculous just how much effort it takes to try and communicate with people. When I would just, if that guy said that to me, Golden Boy, I'd be like, oh, hey, man, you're a and we'd just be done. And we'd be done. And then I'd go like, oh God, I love chatting to Americans really passive aggressively. Like, what's wrong with us? Like, that's how every interaction that I have goes, basically just based on they end up going at me from where I'm from, right? So you maybe get unlucky, right? I don't know. I have had pretty bad experiences in voice chat with people in rank, but because people just like they dispense with the pleasantries and they don't really care how they come across. But
or maybe Veli was just an asshole. That honestly could have just been it.
I could have been an asshole.
Could be projecting. Could be projecting right now. Who knows?
Oh,
I never play with Veli. I've never. Honestly, who knows?
I'm a nice guy to play with, man.